Udah. Ntar landing tuh.
mission, and what is our very strong relationship between French Air and Space Force and Indonesian Air Force. For the fourth time in fourth edition of this year. On this special occasion, let me thank the base commander, General Destiardo, and all the Indonesian Air Force for their warm welcome here in Jakarta in Halim Air Base. We are very, very pleased and very touched to see how wonderful was this welcome. Even if we seem distant at first sight, France and Indonesia are two Indo-Pacific nations which are only 3,000 kilometers apart because of the proximity of our overseas territories, namely New Caledonia. And with the Pegasus mission, we are even more closer. This week, President-elect Prabowo Subianto and President Emmanuel Macron will conduct a launch from June 27th to August 15th. The French Air and Space Force once more deploys Pegase in the Indo-Pacific. But this time, in an unprecedented configuration, with circumnavigation of the globe with Southeast Asia and Australia as final horizon. By integrating European allies such as Germany, Spain, United Kingdom, and diversifying flight routes with 3 segments of deployment, Pegasus 24 aims to develop operational partnership, trust, and cooperation with a wide network of partners such as Indonesia. The mission's objectives are, first, to be able to protect our population in our overseas territories, our interest in the region, and support our sovereignty forces in our overseas territories at short notice. Second objective is to consolidate partnership, to strengthen military cooperation, and enhance interoperability with partners and allies. And more specifically with Indonesia, our aim is to reinforce our air-to-air interoperability and cooperation. Give a support to Indonesia in the ramp-up of the incoming common aircraft recently assets acquired, like the Rafale and the A400 that we have just seen in action a few minutes before. And of course, to enhance logistics synergies and technical exchanges. As for example, yesterday we conducted the subject matter expert, the value and trust in our bilateral relationship, which is a strong and strategic partnership for France. Lastly, we want to assert our posture as a proactive regional power in the Indo-Pacific, completely dedicated to the security of the area and defending the freedom of navigation when necessary. Now I will very quickly give you a short overview of the 3 segments of our Pegasus 24 mission. First one was with our German and Spanish allies. It was called Pacific Skies. This is the world community of what we call the FCAS, the Future Combat Air System. And with this trilateral deployment, we participate to 3 exercises during Pegasus mission. The first one, Arctic Defender in Alaska, which is now over. The second one, which is still running, this is a pitch black exercise in Australia. And the next one, which is coming soon, will be the Tarang Shakti exercise in India. in the beginning of August. And the second leg of this Pegasus mission is with another European partner, very important for us. This is with the United Kingdom, and it was called the Griffin Strike deployment. Our objective was to reach Australia from Europe via Eastern flight. In 4 days we were able together to reach Australia in a common package based on, as I said before, in order to help to support the Indonesian Air Force with the perspective of flying on aircraft that we know well, like Rafale in 2026 and A400 in 2025 for Indonesian Air Force. After this stop here in Indonesia, we will go for the first time in Philippines, and after we will be back to Europe via 2 stops, short stop in Singapore and followed by interaction in Qatar and in Egypt. These objectives are achievable thanks to the diversity of the agility of the aircraft that we engage, and you have seen some of them a few minutes ago. We engage for the world mission 7 Rafale, which is our best fighter, omni-world fighter, dedicated for every kind of mission. 7 Rafale, 5 A400M, which is also an important aircraft for our Air Force, because it enabled us to perform very long and very far, very quickly also, deployment. And at least we rely on the A330 MRTT, the Phoenix. We used 5 MRTT for this deployment, and this tanker aircraft is not only a tanker aircraft, it's also what we can call it like the Rafale, non-hero aircraft, because at the same time you can refuel fighters and transport big number of passengers, and it's also a kind of RC2 aircraft, airborne, RC2 airborne. So it's a very important aircraft for us. And with this triptych, Rafale, MRTT, A400M, we are able to achieve the ambitious objective. Indonesian host, and thank you very much for listening these quick words. And now we are open to a few questions, and we will be very happy to answer your question. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Adrianus from Jakarta. Actually, I want to ask more about the future. There's already 4 times Pegase mission, and numerous Indonesian Air Force pilots already fly the Pegase for the Rafale. In the future, is there any plan for the joint exercise? Because now Indonesia has some joint exercise with neighbor country and also with US Peckham. Is there any plan for the joint exercise with the French Air Force in the future? And the second, is there any plan for France to give like a scholarship for Indonesian Air Force pilot to be educated as a test pilot? Thank you for the time.
First, what I will say is that we already performed some common exercise with the Indonesian Air Force. Typically, the pitch black exercise is an exercise where we work together, where MRTT refuel F-16 from Indonesian Air Force. So we this is on the way, and for the future, of course, it will be easiest in the few years when we will have the same assets that we have. Of course, we will try to increase our level of interaction, of interoperability, and why not perform some exercise here in Indonesia with the Indonesian Air Force. What I would like to say is that I think that Indonesian Air Force is the Air Force in the world that has the more common assets than the French Air Force. So it's very important for us to work with you because we have a lot of things to share and to discuss, not about the technical, but also regarding the concepts, the
as we understand, there will be training exercises by both French and Indonesian Air Force. How have that process been going? How regularly is the Indonesian Air Force to operate Rafale and implement French? Thank you very much.
I don't know very much, but how the Indonesian Air Force will be ready to receive the Rafale now? How can we?
How ready are Indonesian Air Force to operate Rafale and
How many?
How ready is Indonesia?
I think that Indonesian Air Force is already a modern Air Force because they use a wide variety of assets with a high level, high speed that we see that when we meet them or such exercise like pitch black. And I know that Indonesian Air Force will be at the rendezvous in order to fly on the Rafale. Of course, there is a necessary phase in order to appropriate the aircraft, which is different from the aircraft you have already in your force. But yes, I think that the Indonesian Air Force will be ready in 2026, and we will help them for that, of course.
That have been purchased by Indonesian government. Is it also including the technology that Rafale has, or only a limited technology that has been given to our Indonesian military? The second question is, with the penetration of China in Southeast Asia, how Pegasus mission can establish its mission to support Indonesian military or Indonesian government?
First, for your question about the technology of the Rafale, of course, the Rafale that will be sold to the Air Force is not a limited version of the Rafale. It's a modern version of the Rafale, able to perform all the variety of mission as a non-neural aircraft. So this is not a limited version of the Rafale. Of course, this is the modern version of the Rafale. For the second question, this is our position regarding the China in the area. This question is for France. I would like to say two things. The first one is that France views China as a systemic rival and also a partner in certain domains. And for the Ministry of Armed Force, China is a strategic challenge, and we are fully aware, as I told before. This is one of the objectives also of the Pegase mission. We are aware of the security concern in the area, and as France is a nation of the Indo-Pacific, we are fully committed in the security, in the freedom of navigation, and I think that we share this view with our strategic partners like Indonesia. So we are alongside our partners to challenge this fact, some actions that are not respecting for example, freedom of navigation or international law, and we are deeply attached to the respect of international law, and I think that this is something that we share with our Indonesian allies.
Avion, Ilion. Thank you. So first of all, I'm not talking about techniques. I want to ask about the history, branching history of aircraft such as Jaguar, Super 800, Mirage, and then at the end, Rafale. So my first question is, could you explain us the difference or the compatibility between the last aircraft until the modern? What is the most advantage, especially for our country? That's the first question. And the second is, as you said about the subjective Pegase mission, so what is the effect of Pegase mission for military potential conflict in surrounding of our country? That's all my question. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
You know very well our oldest aircraft like Jaguar, and so I think the major this is a long process to build a fighter aircraft, and I think that the Rafale inherited from all the previous fighters that we used in the French Air Force. And what is the most interesting, and finally the more important advantage, is that the Rafale is an on-the-road aircraft, able to cover all the different aspects of air power, air mission. Previously, we had one aircraft dedicated for air power mission, Mirage A400, Mirage 2000. Next we have one aircraft dedicated for ISR mission, one aircraft dedicated for air-to-ground mission. With the Rafale, you have a unique aircraft able to do that. So of course it's facilitates a lot the maintenance, the training of the pilots, the logistics, and it's a very big step forward to have this aircraft, which is a very